Narayanam namaskritya naram chair narottam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam diri nashtapraye shravadvesham nityam bhagavad sevan bhagavati uttam shlokya bhagavati nashti. So continuing with the discussion on Prabhupada Lilamrita by Srila Goswami. Prabhupada is in Philadelphia and some professor come to see him. Dr. Thomas Hopkins, another teacher of Hinduism, came to see Prabhupada, but in a much different mood. From the beginning, they experienced an intimate, immediate rapport. Dr. Hopkins asked Prabhupada the relationship of Bhagavad Gita to Srimad Bhagavatam, and Prabhupada replied that the Bhagavatam was like the graduate study of the Gita, beginning with the Gita left off. Dr. Hopkins, if someone was going to collect a very small section of your work, say one or two verses, what would you want them to collect? That is stated in two verses, Prabhupada replied. Dharmasya hi apavargasya, and he had the translation read. All occupational engagements, dharmas, are certainly meant for ultimate liberation. They should never be performed for material gain. Furthermore, when one who is engaged in the ultimate occupational service, dharma, should never use material gain to cultivate sense gratification. Prabhupada had the purport read and he expanded on it further, explaining how people are only after material gain, neglecting the real purpose of life. Dr. Hopkins, do you think that this message is the most important message that you have to convey? Prabhupada, that is the most important message because you are not this material body. Suppose you have got this shirt. So if you simply try to maintain this shirt, is this a very good intelligence without taking care of your person? Similarly, we are spirit soul and the body is just like press. So in the whole material world, everyone is engaged to take care of the body. Nobody knows what is spirit soul, what's its need. So this is over. So in the whole material world, not on earth, all over, everybody is engaged to take care of the body, which we are not. That is Maya. Dr. Hopkins seemed pleased to hear such a broad explanation of Vaishnavism. When he asked about Shiva, Prabhupada explained that although Lord Shiva should not be considered equal to Lord Vishnu, he was the best Vaishnava, the chief devotee of Vishnu, and he could be worshipped as such. And Lord Ram, Srila Prabhupada explained that Ram was an incarnation of Krishna. Professor Hopkins was pleased to hear this. Prabhupada explained that Madhva, Ramanuja, and Vishnu Sangha were all big acharyas. Dr. Hopkins then asked about Tukaram, the saint of Maharashtra. Prabhupada, yes, Tukaram accepted Vishnu as supreme. He accepted the process of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sankirtan, and he accepted Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as his guru. So there is no difference between Tukaram and Chaitanya. Yes, Sant Tukaram accepted Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as his guru when Mahaprabhu was on his South India tour. And on his way back, he stopped at Pandharpur. Because later, Mahaprabhu being Lord, he knew, but in the Leela, he later found out that his brother, Vishwarup, who had taken sannyas and left the house, so he unmanifested his pastimes in Pandharpur. So Mahaprabhu came to Pandharpur and met Tukaram over there. Dr. Hopkins, so Lord Vitthal, Krishna are the same. Brahman, not Vitthal is Vishnu. Dr. Hopkins. And the Alvars of Tamil Nadu, Adivasi, you accept their teachings also? So the real question is between Vaishnava and others. Prabhupada, yes, that is the question. Vaishnava and non-Vaishnava. The actual difference is personalist and impersonalist. Dr. Hopkins, you would see the worshippers of Shiva as impersonalists. Prabhupada, yes, impersonalist. Shankaracharya said that ultimately the absolute truth is impersonal and one can imagine a personal form for the benefit of the worshipper. When Dr. Hopkins pointed out that some of Shiva's worshippers seem to be personalists, Prabhupada explained the real mentality of the Shaivites. According to Shankar, now I am a devotee, said Prabhupada, but as soon as I become perfect, I become one. That is their theory. In the preliminary state, when I'm not perfect, I'm worshipping some imaginary form of God. But when I become perfect, there is no need of worshipping. I become one. So this is Mayavad philosophy. And so much of word juggling. And I become one, we all are one. It just sounds so lofty, so good. But well, actually it's not good. I'm not going to become one with Krishna. Never. I was never one with Krishna, never going to become one with Krishna. All I can do is become perfect servant, perfect devotee of Krishna. As a scholar, Dr. Hopkins was visibly pleased to hear the authentic philosophy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Prabhupada mentioned the Smartha Brahmins as also being impersonalists, Dr. Hopkins was surprised. It would be very difficult to pick them out, said Prabhupada. Most of the so-called Vaishnavas are impersonalists. See, impersonalist means Advaitavadis. We all are one, we are same. Dr. Hopkins. So the deciding test as to whether one is a serious devotee or not is not only whether one is devoted now, but that he sees a goal as a perpetual devotion. Yes, he is Nitya Yukta. That means perpetually. Dr. Hopkins, considering this criterion, inquired about the position of Sri Aurobindo, who seemed to be beyond impersonalism. Prabhupada agreed. He says that above the Mayavad philosophy, there is something else, Prabhupada explained. That is bhakti, but Aurobindo could not understand because he did not take education from realized persons. He wanted to realize by himself, Dr. Hopkins. So his problem was the effort to do this on his own. Prabhupada, yes, he did not go through the Guru Parampara, therefore it will take a long time. Dr. Hopkins finally had to leave and thank Prabhupada for his time and wisdom. Why don't you join us also, asked Prabhupada. The whole human society should join us. Dr. Hopkins replied that he had been a friend of the devotees for many years and suspected that in the end he might end up as a sannyasi. Prabhupada pointed out that sannyas did not mean a change of dress, but rather giving everything to Krishna. So that is real sannyas. Change of dress is a formality, which is also important. But the real thing is giving everything to Krishna, complete surrender. Not using anything for oneself. July 15, 1975. Srila Prabhupada had a direct flight from Philadelphia to San Francisco. He and Upendra sat in the first class section while Brahmanand Swami, Harikesh and Pradyumna traveled economy class. Vishaka Devi had also come to photograph Srila Prabhupada. After the plane had reached cruising altitude, a uniformed gentleman emerged from the cabin. Immediately he caught sight of Srila Prabhupada sitting by the window and walked over. When he leaned over and asked Prabhupada how he was, Prabhupada saw that the man wanted to talk. So he asked Upendra to get up and give the gentleman his seat. You're the captain, Prabhupada surmised. No, the man replied. I'm a flight supervisor, come to overlook the pilot and the crew. Would it be all right if I ask you a philosophical question? Prabhupada nodded, apparently pleased. Is everything created by God? Prabhupada said yes. He quoted the Vedanta Sutra, Janmadi Asya Yata. Everything in existence, Prabhupada said, has its origin in God. Then what is evil? Flight supervisor asks, is evil also God's creation? For God, there is no good or evil. Prabhupada explained, everything is good. Goodness is God's frontage, and evil is God's back portion. Taking this example, the chest or back of the body are equal. It is not that when there is some pain on the backside, I don't care for it. I simply take care of it when there is a pain in the chest. No. Although it's the backside, it is as important as the front side. So evil and good are also of the same importance. No, for God there is nothing evil. Just like for the sun, there is no darkness. But for us, there is light and darkness. If you keep your back to the sun, you will find darkness. And if you face the sun, then there is no darkness. We create darkness as soon as we change our position. If instead of remaining in front of God, I keep God on the back, then there is darkness. Otherwise, there is no question of darkness. But in the sun as it is, there is no such darkness. Therefore, God is all good. But for us, when we forget God, that is evil. And when we are in God consciousness always, then everything is good. Is that all right? So this is one of the favorite questions of atheists. Is everything created by God? Yes. So he created Satan or Shaitan also, which according to biblical scriptures, sometimes Shaitan took over God or Jesus or good. So Shaitan must be more powerful than God. No, Shaitan, Satan, or evil are not powerful, more powerful. And just like we have some bad desires, or the asuras are there, like Ravana, or Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha are there. So Krishna, when he created them, or he did not create them personally, when he put their birth, he did not ask them to become evil. It was their desire to act against Krishna or Ram. It was their desire. Now somebody can say, where did the desire, where does the desire come from? No, it's up to the soul to choose what he wants, and Krishna gives accordingly. It's not that Krishna wants a soul to do all these nonsense things. Because in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, we clearly say, na, we should develop these qualities, these wonderful spiritual qualities. In spiritual world, there is no evil. Only in the material world. And that depends on the desire of the soul. And then he develops that kind of consciousness and then more such desires. And he goes down and down, down and down, maybe to the hellish planets or maybe to the lower species of life by committing those sinful activities. So that means we are turning our back towards Krishna. So when we have turned our back towards Krishna, then all we see is evil. All we do is evil. All we think is evil. And when we are facing Krishna, then cannot do. Yes, some propensity will still be there. So we haven't turned fully. We are slowly turning towards Krishna. So has Krishna created evil? No. Krishna has given us independence. The soul is part and parcel of Krishna. Krishna is supremely independent. We are partially or very minutely independent. It's up to us to choose. The man seemed to understand and respectfully accepted the answer. He was about to ask another question when a well-dressed but somewhat drunken passenger came up to them and spoke. Srila Prabhupada looked up at man and asked, "Are you afraid of death?" The intoxicated man stammered, sobered, and walked away. The flight supervisor inquired again, taking his meeting with Srila Prabhupada as a rare opportunity. "Can you tell me how one can become peaceful?" he asked. Srila Prabhupada began quoting the Gita, Bhoktaram Yagyatatsa, and signaling Vishaka as for a copy of the Gita. The devotees quickly consulted, but no one had a Bhagavad Gita. When Prabhupada heard this, he became angry, although containing his feelings in the presence of the guest. He then explained to the man that one had to have knowledge of God as the supreme controller, the supreme enjoyer, and the best friend of everyone. Only then could one have peace. Out of foolishness, Prabhupada said, We are claiming the land is our property. Therefore, there is no peace. But actually, God is a proprietor. Both Srila Prabhupada and the flight supervisor enjoyed the talk, and as the flight supervisor excused himself, he heartily shook Prabhupada's hand. Prabhupada called for Pradyumna, his eyes glowing in transcendental anger. He reprimanded Upendra and Pradyumna for not having a copy of Bhagavad Gita. They should have one with them at all times. Pradyumna offered that although he didn't have Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita as it is, just happened to be carrying in addition by another author. This infuriated Prabhupada even more. He then ordered Upendra never to travel again without carrying 3 books. Bhagavad Gita as it is, first volume of Chaitanya Charitamrita, and Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam now, 18 volumes. So I don't know which volume Prabhupada wanted him to carry. But the good thing is now we can carry everything in our mobile phone. Barclay, July 15, 1970. Within less than 2 weeks, Prabhupada had traveled from West Coast to East Coast and back. West Coast to East Coast. Even if it's a direct flight, say from Philadelphia to San Francisco, it must have taken at least 4 to 5 hours. And if it is a connecting flight, then at least 8, 9, 10 hours. As good as going to Europe from here. This was his first visit to ISKCON Barclays, recently acquired headquarters, a large church complex, and as usual, hundreds of devotees from many Western centers had converged to meet him. His arrival address specifically dealt with the position of the Guru. Only unto one, with unflinching faith in Krishna and Guru, he explained his essence of Vedic wisdom revealed. So another important shloka and very important philosophy. Only unto one, with unflinching faith in Krishna and Guru, is the essence of Vedic wisdom revealed. The Vedic wisdom is not by reading the shlokas or memorizing the shlokas and commentaries and us writing commentaries that we can understand the essence of Vedic wisdom. All these aspects are important. Reading, memorizing, and discussing. But the essence is revealed only when we have unflinching faith in Krishna and Guru. That is important. Like once we were doing book distribution in Dallas, so we had a book table set up outside Indian grocery store. And it was December time, it was cold. So one Indian man, he parked his car and he was going to the store and he looked at us. He was smoking his cigarette because you cannot smoke inside the store. So he was just trying to finish off. And then he looked at all the books. Oh, do you have Vedas? I said, first you are smoking cigarette. You have no idea what Veda is. And you think you can read Vedas and understand Vedas just like that. Yeah, I said, just take some small book, you will be fine. No, I only want to read Vedas. Go away, it's not for you. This is what people think. Vedas are just some small book and we can sit on our, like in America, this armchair or recliner is very popular. And sit on that recliner and having a glass of whiskey on one hand, and we think we can read Vedas and understand Vedas. Or any scripture for that. It's not there. The knowledge is revealed to us. And every time we read, the different essence, different knowledge will be revealed. It depends how much we have made progress. Meanwhile, Outsiders may think that the guru is very puffed up, said Prabhupada, and he is sitting and taking respect from the disciple. But the fact is that they are to be taught like that, how to offer respect to the spiritual master. And just like Prabhupada chastised that Indian professor who had come and was discussing about Hinduism, so again, we cannot approach a spiritual personality with some spiritual question. Well, asking question means we are accepting him as guru. Even if, not like Diksha Guru or something, but a Shiksha Guru, some question. So the approach has to be proper. Krishna has said that in Bhagavad Gita. Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnen sevaya. Tad vidhi. Pranipat. Pranipat means surrender. And then serve. And then pariprashnena sevaya. Sevaya means serve. Pariprashnen. Then ask question. Means then we are approaching that guru with the right frame of mind, with the right consciousness. Not in a challenging consciousness, or not in a challenging mood or some joking mood. Oh, Guruji, no, what is this, what is that? No. Even in our schools or colleges, we never approach a teacher with some casual way, asking him questions. No. We had to approach him very respectfully. And especially more so for this Vedic spiritual knowledge. The knowledge is given, but then we understand, we realize it according to our capability, according to our level of consciousness. So first we have to improve, and then how do we approach? How do we approach a guru? And then depending upon that, he can give the knowledge, but how much we can assimilate it, that depends on us. So this spiritual progress, it's not a joke. It takes long time, very, very. Srila Prabhupada repeatedly encountered this misunderstanding. A year ago in Paris, he had been heckled by radical students who envied his sitting on an elevated seat. And in America, the reporters often portrayed him as enjoying material comforts provided by his disciples. But Prabhupada maintained that despite a plethora of charlatans bringing disrepute to the word guru, anyone sincerely desiring to learn transcendental science had to go to a bona fide guru, the representative of God. So yes, the charlatans or the fake people acting as gurus, many, many, but their purpose is just to enjoy the facilities given by their followers, or just to have so many followers. This is also a criteria for enjoying. Then I'll be famous as Jagat Guru having so many followers. And the followers, when they come to see me, they bring me gifts. So let me enjoy those gifts. And the money and the position and the power. No, that's actually not Guru. The Guru word, Prabhupada has explained, or scriptures have explained, it means very heavy. Heavy not means physically heavy, heavy with his instructions. Is very heavy. And instructions cannot have potency, cannot have that effect unless until the Guru is pure. His consciousness is pure. And he cannot have that effect. But the crowd mentality, they just follow one who is very popular, okay, let me follow, and he will just take care of me. And most of the time, take care of me means he'll give me some material facility or he'll give me blessings by which I can progress materially. But that's not the job of a guru, not the responsibility of a guru. Guru means one who wants to make sure his follower is making progress spiritually. That is guru. So there are so many fake people. One conversation, Prabhupada said, somebody said to Prabhupada, a cheater cannot become a guru. And then Prabhupada said, if somebody is a cheater, he is not a guru to begin with. He is a cheater. He's not a guru. You cannot use the two terms in the same sentence, the same way. One who is cheater is a cheater. One who is guru is a guru. There is no such thing as cheater guru. But then again, as Prabhupada has explained, it depends on the desire of the follower. If you want to cheat, you will get a cheating person, a cheater. He will act as a guru and will cheat you. Krishna will cheat you through him. If one is sincere, then Krishna will make sure he comes to the right person, with the right understanding. So that aspect is also there. It's not that I'm true, I'm honest, I'm everything, but still I got a cheater as my guru. I must have some cheating propensity. That's why Paramatma is sitting here. He took us through that cheating person. So many aspects are there. A guru's business, said Prabhupada, is to protect the subordinate disciples from fall down. Just like I'm traveling all over the world thrice in a year, my duty is to see that my disciples who have accepted me as guru may not fall down. That is my anxiety. Wow. Now, how can one become guru and representative of Krishna? Everyone will say, I'm representative of Krishna, I'm guru. No, the real thing is enunciated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who says, Amar Agya Haya Guru, Amar Agya Guru Haya Tarai Desh. You just become guru on my order. So guru means who is carrying out the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, not self-made guru. So now, well, recently it became a big topic of discussion, but it has been in ISKCON for a long time. So who is guru? Of course, Prabhupada has explained other times also who's authorized by his guru to become guru, to act as guru, then he becomes a guru. And this shloka is quoted, Amar Agya Guru Hai Tarai Desh. Mahaprabhu said, you just become guru on my order. But that, as Prabhupada said, doesn't mean one becomes self-made guru. If one becomes qualified, yes, become guru, means become qualified to act as guru. And then, as if he's authorized by his spiritual master, then he becomes guru. So simple as that. And then, at the same time, that becoming guru, there are two gurus, Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru, also Path Pradarshak Guru is there. So Path Pradarshak means one who shows us the path to Krishna consciousness. So he's also guru, but not Shiksha. He could be Shiksha Guru, but not Diksha Guru. Now, Shiksha Guru could be many. I could take instructions from many devotees in different aspects. And they're all my Shiksha Gurus who have helped me one way or the other to make progress. And then there is Diksha Guru who gives initiation, formal initiation. And Diksha Guru is also Shiksha Guru, but there could be many other Shiksha Gurus. And here, as Prabhupada said. So Guru means he who is carrying out the order of Sri Chaitanya. So everybody, all the devotees, one way or the other, they're carrying out the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, chanting and doing other services. Now, how they explain it further to the person they meet or to the follower, it depends. It depends on their realizations. Depends on their level of consciousness. So, but not self-made guru means self-made guru, the Diksha guru, especially the Diksha guru, he has to be authorized or ordered by his guru. Srila Prabhupada said that sometimes people gave him much credit for having done a wonderful thing for the whole. But he confessed, I don't know that I'm a wonderful man. But I know one thing, that I'm speaking what Krishna has spoken. That's all. I'm not making any addition or alteration. I am presenting Bhagavad Gita as it is. This credit I can take. So this, yes, humility also, but this is something that Prabhupada did. Not just Bhagavad Gita, other scriptures also. And nowhere in his purpose he said, I think, I believe, it may be, perhaps. No. Whatever is in the scriptures, and he had full realization of the scriptural knowledge, and he presented it as it is. In simple language, because he knew we cannot understand very high, lofty language. In simple language, he has given us essence, his realizations, his ecstasies in his purpose he has given, so that we can get progress. So Bhagavad Gita, he did not change anything, did not change the meaning, did not change the knowledge that Krishna wants to give, instruction that Krishna wants to give. He presented Bhagavad Gita as it is. So these are the wonderful contributions of Prabhupada for our benefit, Okay, I guess I can stop here. See anybody has any questions or comments? So tomorrow is Diwali. Everybody have a happy Diwali. I guess there won't be class tomorrow. So enjoy Diwali, enjoy the festivities.
Thank you, Prabhupada. Same to you.
Thank you.
Tuesday.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Ram.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Prabhuji.
Prabhupada.
Happy Diwali.
Happy Diwali to all.
Happy Diwali to everybody.